What's good, everybody? Here's a list of the 10 best upcoming games for June 2024. Starting off with number 10, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance from Atlas Studios. In the age of remakes and re-releases comes a definitive addition to Shin Megami Tensei 5, the series that Persona branched out of, and is expanding on the original with brand new storylines with an entire new route to take in the second half of the game, featuring new locations, 40 new demons to capture, and new choices to make along your journey. They've also added some major quality of life changes, updating graphics to match modern day consoles. Having never played any of the originals, but being a fan of the Persona series, this seems to be an excellent time to check out where they got their inspiration from. I'm definitely excited to check this one out when it releases on June 13th for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Switch, and the PC. At number 9, Monster Hunter Stories Remastered from Capcom. Monster Hunter Stories is a JRPG which takes place in the Monster Hunter universe. Originally getting its release on the 3DS and mobile, the game is getting a complete overhaul to the visuals and has complete voice acting, which will be good for this game. You play as heroes, known as monster riders, who live alongside monsters. No longer will you be hunting them down and collecting their parts to upgrade your gear, but raising monsters to fight alongside with you. You will also be able to take monsters you have raised to battle online against other players. This is an interesting take on the Monster Hunter series, and as a fan of JRPGs, I'll be checking this one out when it releases on the PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. At number 8, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD from Nintendo. Luigi's Mansion 2 is a remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, originally released for the 3DS in 2013. It was highly praised when it was released on the 3DS with its comedic relief but challenging nature. You explore multiple haunted mansions as Luigi with his ghost hunting poltergeist 5000. Progress through diverse missions to retrieve the missing shards of the Dark Moon scattered across several distinct haunted mansions, each with their own puzzles to solve and ghosts to capture. The first one was fun, spooky adventure, and this remake will be a great addition to the Switch when it releases on June 27th. At number 7, V Rising from Stunlock Studios. After getting its full release last month for the PC, V Rising is a survival crafter with action combat coming to us from the creators of Battlerite and Bloodline Champions. This is an excellent game that was in early access for over a year. There isn't very much I can explain about the game that you haven't seen somewhere else, but V Rising is just an all-around fun experience, and hopefully the console version can meet expectations. Porting the game to play on controller seems like it could be rough, but if they can pull it off, then I would highly recommend this game to anyone when it releases on June 11th for the PlayStation 5. At number 6, Still Wakes the Deep from the Chinese Room. Still Wakes is a first-person narrative horror taking place in 1975 when a disaster strikes the Barrera D oil rig off the coast of Scotland. Navigate the collapsing rig to save your crew from otherworldly horrors on the edge of all logic and reality. The Chinese Room has its reputation for their world-class audio, writing, and acting from games like Amnesia, Everybody's Gone to Rapture, and Dear Esther. The theme of this game is The Thing on an oil rig, but can't that be fun? The game takes an interesting take, making you a normal person, making it hard to traverse the oil rig. If everything is done right, this should be a great adventure. We can check this one out when it releases on June 18th for the PlayStations, the Xbox, and the PC. At number 5, Dragon is Dead from Team Sunny. Dragon is Dead is a hack-and-slash roguelite action platformer with Castlevania vibes. Dragon is Dead offers tons of customization with different character skill trees and legendary equipments to collect. You become a dragon slayer on your quest to slay Gurnian and free the survivors of this world from suffering. Overcome repeated deaths while mastering skills, recognizing boss patterns to exploit their weaknesses and defeat them. It is adding a lot of RPG aspects, comparing itself to Diablo, and I am here for it. You can check this game out when it releases on June 7th for the PC. At number 4, Destiny 2 The Final Shape from Bungie. This is the 8th expansion, which adds a new story campaign, 3 new supers, a new destination, new weapons, and new armors to collect. The game is being released in episodes, so despite its name, it's not the last expansion for the series. Focusing on the Witness, who we have known for a while, continuing on the events of the Lightfall. The Final Shape looms a nightmarish calcification of reality into the Witness's twisted design. Embark on a perilous journey into the hearts of the Traveler, rally the Vanguard, and end the war of light and darkness. We can check out the next expansion of Destiny 2 when it releases on June 4th for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and the PC. At number 3, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game from Ilphonic Publishing. Another isometric multiplayer horror based on the iconic 80s film, which is a very interesting and funny take for this genre. You either play as a team of 3 killer clowns utilizing unworldly abilities to hunt humans with zany weapons and plan your alien invasion to harvest the population of Crescent Cove, or fight back as a team of up to 7 brave citizens exploring the city for valuable loot and weapons, avoiding capture by these clowns and trying to survive this alien invasion. I have experienced a lot of these games, and they are either really good or downright horrible. This one has an intriguing take, and if it is done right, it could be a huge success. But we will see how Killer Klowns turns out when it releases on June 4th for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and the PC. At number 2, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road from ZeniMax Online Studios, published by Bethesda. This highly successful MMORPG gets another expansion. With the purchase of Gold Road, you receive every other expansion released before this one. In this expansion, a forgotten Daedric prince has returned, bringing chaos to the West Vale. Explore a new zone and defend the city of Skingrad, now beset by the dangerous Daedric cult in the jungles of Valenwood. This expansion also adds a new feature called scribing, basically a crafting system allowing you to create your own skills, adding a new way to customize your build to fill gaps and weaknesses you originally had. I was a huge fan of ESO and haven't jumped back in a few years, so I would definitely be jumping back in when it releases on June 3rd for the PC and on June 18th for the PlayStations and the Xboxes. Now finally up at number 1, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree from FromSoft. The long-awaited continuation and probably one of the most anticipated DLCs of the year, if not ever. The Shadow of Erdtree expansion features an all-new story set in the land of shadow imbued with mystery, perilous dungeons, new enemies, weapons, and equipment to discover. Uncover uncharted territories, face formidable adversaries, in your satisfying triumph victory. Dive into a revering interplay of characters where drama and intrigue intertwine to create an immersive experience to savor and enjoy. I have no doubt this will be a great release, and coming from someone that isn't really a Souls-like fan, I was a huge fan of Elden Ring, and I am excited to jump back into the world when it releases on June 21st for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, PC. Thanks everybody for watching. That was my list of the 10 best upcoming games for June 2024. Let me know what you're most excited for, and if you believe I missed anything. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.